Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm sitting out here in the workshop with my coffee. I drink 2 cups every morning. This one's almost empty. I have to go make some more. I remembered suddenly that I had a bag, 2 bags actually, of things that I bought while thrifting over the last few days. And I thought, oh, I'll go grab that and record for a little bit. As you can see, this is looks like a mass-produced canvas print. I paid $1.99 for this for 2 reasons. I don't really have room for this on the wall out here, and that's not why I bought it. I love to cut canvases off of the frames when I can find them really cheap, and when they're pretty like this, something that I might want to make into a journal cover, and that's what I'm going to do with this. It's a little bit sticky where the tag was. I don't know why a lot of thrift stores put tags right over the most important part of what they sell. I mean, why? Why do you do that? The other reason I bought this is for the frame. My first tray that I made, or sieve, or whatever you want to call it, for making paper, it was way too flimsy. This will be a heavier frame, so I'm going to staple my mesh across this so that I have a new frame. But I'm talking way too long about that frame. Let's just get these things out of the bag here. I found a bin of jewelry. Now these are some really pretty Christmas hooks, and we just put our Christmas tree away a few days ago. But I love these types of hooks. You don't see these all the time, and when you do, they can be kind of expensive. They've got the pretty shape. These actually have the beads on them. These are a little more plain. They don't have the beads, but they look sturdier. Let's see. Yeah, these are nice and heavy. So this is going to go with my Christmas stuff. I'm trying my best to stay organized, so I have a system where things that need to go in the house, I put them close to my door over here. And sometimes I even have a bag near the door that I carry back and forth. Well, I do, not sometimes, all the time, but where I fail is that sometimes I will take it in and empty it and forget to bring it back out. But it's here right now. I feel like I really hit the jackpot this time. And let me pull all of this out and I'll tell you why. I did have to do some digging, and I had to do some really careful digging because the bin had a lot of brooches or pins or whatever you want to call them in it, and you can easily get stabbed. And I watched as different people were digging through these bins, and you just don't want to get stuck with something and end up bleeding. There are some gorgeous pieces here, even if these things are just inexpensive trinkets. Obviously something has fallen off of this little medallion piece, whether it's old or not. I love that little bird. This is a bracelet that has religious symbols on it, probably a Catholic thing. A couple of them are missing. That's okay with me. I may end up pulling these off to use them individually on my prayer journals. The same with this beautiful cross and this beautiful cross. The setup for shopping was that the pins were 49 cents each, and there was a large bin. I ended up finding things in the bin that were not pins, like these things. That's all of these. Let's put all the pins together. See, some of these things are just, that's a pin. That's beautiful. That looks old to me. Isn't that pretty? Look at this beautiful glass. That was in there. I'm surprised it wasn't broken. I think that might be, no, and this as well. So these things were just floating around in there. I love this little die charm. And I told her, I said, I don't know what you want to charge me for these. They were in the container with the pins, and the pins were 49 cents each. And she said, oh, $1 for everything. I mean, I was very happy with that. And then their bracelets. Some of these are just adorable. They are really adorable. I'm going to clean these up. I might wear them. I will wear them. Not I might, but aren't they pretty? They're just, you know, they're inexpensive. To me, they have a boho maybe an Indian feel. Some of these do. This is also one that doesn't stretch. And look at this one. Look at that beautiful star. That's got a clasp on it. And I think it's really pretty. Since these are not pliable, they definitely have a shape. These are going to go inside and get cleaned up and go into my jewelry box. Let me say one other thing about these. There are a couple of bracelets I probably would not have picked up had it not been for the pricing. They were 10 bracelets for $1. So I paid $1 for all of these bracelets. And for junk journaling, being able to cut things apart, these are not glass beads. They're some sort of acrylic or resin. I'm going to cut this elastic in there, and these will be used for beads on some of my junk journals. This is going to be cut down. I think it's really, really sweet. I don't know. I was tempted to wear it like it is, but I'm probably going to cut that down. Like I said, the ones that are sturdy and keep their shape, they're going inside. This one, I'm going to take all of these off. Those are going to be really fun charms to go on paper clips, to go on junk journals. There's some pretty beads in between there. I don't think they are glass either. I will use these really pretty pieces. It looks like mother of pearl to sew onto some journal covers. Same with this. I would not have purchased this one. I'm not crazy about these blue pieces, but I will use them in junk journals. The pens, I will probably use these in junk journals. There are some gorgeous cameos, really pretty. I'm tempted to take those in and wear those as well. In the late 80s, I was an assistant manager in a large clothing store in a mall, a large mall. I ended up leaving that job because I was fairly newly married and pregnant with my first son shortly after getting married, and I just didn't want those hours. I did love it though. I love retail. I love working with people. But back then, I don't know if any of you remember, there was a store called Ormond, and that's the store that I worked in. The craze over like these prairie type clothes was huge. Outback Red came along with the limited. They had those beautiful clothes. We had displays with gorgeous pins like this or brooches, and it was really popular for a while. Everything just looked kind of over the top with the frills, the petticoats, the long skirts, the boots, the scarves. It was beautiful. I mean, it was a beautiful style, and I absolutely loved it. What am I doing with these? There's been so much talk about being organized here on other channels. I think it is a constant struggle. If you craft, if you make journals, it can become quickly overwhelming to constantly be buying supplies and not know what to do. I try really hard to put things away instantly. This, I don't even know what I paid for this. Probably 49 cents. I really wanted it for these old tabs. I don't care for the green notebook, so I will probably donate that right back to my local thrift store. I do keep a bag going most of the time for donations. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. This I'm going to put in that bag. And if you wonder where that just went, I have this box. It used to have some sort of notebook in it. It's an old notebooks maybe. It's almost like a magazine holder, but it's really sturdy. And that is where I keep things like file folders, envelopes for mailing, kind of that type of thing, if you know what I mean. So any type of file thing like that is sitting in there. The thrift store that I was at has a ton of books. Truly, they have shelf after shelf after shelf. And their books are priced. They're all, like all of the paperbacks have the same price, I think 99 cents. The hardbacks are $1.99. That can seem kind of expensive, but things that don't sell, they're constantly rotating stock. Go to the back of the store where they become 49 cents. Every book I bought was 49 cents. And I love that this one says Dr. Hudson's Secret Journal. I might turn this into a journal cover. Look at the old book plate in the front. Old books like this, you never know if something is tucked inside. It can be really, look, can be really hard to see. What do you want to be when you grow up? Wilson one. On Target with People, Larry Wilson. These are obviously stickers. I don't know what they're for. They will go into some sort of junk journal. Always check your old books. I found pieces of ephemera, and one of these days, maybe I will come across a really valuable piece of old money. Ooh, that was pretty. What was that? 2 really fun yearbooks. Even though the pages are a bit glossy, I love these pictures. Really pretty. What year was this? We've got 43, and this one's close. 46. Look at all the writing in here. And then we have this beautiful old Post Treasury. These sections of very matte pages, beautiful old ads that have been reproduced. This book was 49 cents. I will definitely use this book. Maybe pages for fun packs. And images for junk journals and glue books. I love that, the old Kodak ad. I find myself holding my breath when I'm flipping through these old books. I'm wondering what could hang around for years and years as far as dust and germs. 1989. Look at this. This old set in here, this artist pen, the price is $6.88 from Roses. And this is old. I can just tell by looking at it. Probably back from the 80s as well. I don't see a date. We've got a handwriting book, this calligraphy instruction book, 1982, and some paper. These ink cartridges are empty. That's okay. Some of these, or maybe all of these, are empty, but look at the old pen. I'm really excited about this. I wonder if there's a cartridge still in here. No. It looks like they took care of it, honestly. Let's turn that the right way. Put that in its little spot. I believe all of these are empty. It's interesting that they kept all the cartridges. This pad of paper. I think I had a set like this when I was young, which would have been in the 70s. Probably when I was about, 11 or 12. I think I had a set like this. I paid $1.99 for that, which I think is a really good price, especially since I love lettering. I'm just gonna need to get some ink cartridges to use that. But it looks like this might be used with dipping ink. And I do have these beautiful bottles of the Signum dipping ink that I found at another thrift store. Most of these haven't been opened yet. I did open the purple and use it in October. And the last thing is this paper. I love finding nice paper that I can use to make my journals. I paid 99 cents for this box, and I think it's 2 different kinds of paper. It says cardstock here. That's not what this is. This paper is a bond paper. I can see the mark in it. That's what all of this section is, pretty much. Let's see, it does change over at some point. That's not the same. All of this, I think, is the bond paper. Looks like it has fibers in it. It's really pretty. And then this is a very smooth printer paper or stationery paper. There's no mark of any kind. It's not a real heavy weight paper, but it's definitely a nice paper. We always need paper with this junk journaling obsession. This will go right into where I keep my paper. Duh. I have this area where my paper stands, and it's pretty labeled. I have a folder that's got white and off-white paper of all different kinds. You can definitely see the difference in color between this and the bright white. Hello. So pretty. I love this little area. Oh, hello. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate having you here. I've got to run, get ready for some things I have to do today, and I will be back really soon to show you what I've added to my personal journal lately. And I have a tutorial for some really pretty background pages that I want to share. Okay, bye for now.